Okay, folks, so what I will be doing today is giving you a tip for the left-handed fisherman. Sorry, right-handed guys, this is for left-handers only. Now, I have difficulty as a left-hander filleting fish. I don't know why. I've always had problems throughout my entire life, starting way back when I was a young teenager until now. It always seems, maybe you guys can figure it out, it always seems that one side of the fish fillets a lot better than the other side. So I played around with different techniques and I found a system that works well for me. You could use things like the electric fillet knife and different kind of knife styles and that. For me, I like the more traditional methods of cleaning fish. The electric knife can break the bank, to be honest. Anywhere from $300 to $400 for a good one. I like to use a good fillet knife to keep it sharp, and I use a couple of household tools. One thing that I find really handy is just a small fork, and I'll show you how I use that. Some of the fish that you fillet, like walleye, they have really thick skin, and you need to keep the edge of the knife on. So I like to use a good knife, and with that I also use a honing tool to keep it sharp throughout my cutting. And to get around that nasty thick skin kind of stuff, my son got me a fishing fillet kit, and this pair of shears came inside of it. That has been the most handiest thing I've been using since. So I have a couple of nice walleye that I picked up. I'm going to demonstrate how I fillet it with a left-handed style. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so I have a small walleye here, maybe 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds the most. I typically, when I start cleaning the fish, I want the left side facing me. So it's pointing this way, left side up. I'm just going to grab my knife and get in behind the fin, and I'm doing a slice on an angle right to the backbone here. Now, traditionally, you would go from here and trim down all around the belly, and that's where I make my problems. That's where I either cut through the backbone or I do some damage and lose some meat. What I do for the left side is right where the dorsal fin, not the spiny one, but the second one at the back, connects to the back. I put my knife into it and I just follow so I'm not under the backbone. And I take it out on the side and I just run down the backbone and out. Now what I do is I take the knife, I use the tip, and this is very important to have a very sharp tip, and I just score the fish all the way up to the top. Then I lift the fillet and I just run the knife and take out all the rib bones and all right there. And I just remove that. And because I live in an area where it's only 2 weeks of garbage collection, I need to ensure that I'm using something like a paper bag so I can store it in the freezer and easily get rid of it on garbage day. Now what I do is I just take out the insides right away. A lot of people don't do that. I find it's much easier for me to clean the other side or fillet the other side with this stuff out of the fish. Take that out, then I flip it. And again, it's just the traditional method of that first cut. Then all I do here is I turn my knife and I just carefully run down the backbone through those rib cage bones and out the back. Flip it over And there we go. Okay, now this is what I do here. For those who store in the freezer, you don't want to get poked all the time. I just run my knife right underneath that first set of spiky dorsal fin, and I take it off. And that's it. It's in the bag and it shouldn't do any damage. Then I just break the carcass into 3 for easy fold up and disposal. Okay, now let's just do another fish. Give you guys another look one more time for those left-handers. Hope you appreciate it. I'm gonna run the knife again on that 45 right to the backbone. Get it under that skin, follow out, and make sure you're not through the backbone, and out that side. Run your knife along the backbone and on the top part of the rib cage, and then just follow your knife. Get that rib cage all trimmed out, and then out on the other side. There you go. And again, just scoop out the inside right away. Get rid of it. All right, turn it around. Run that cut. Make sure you're through all the way. Turn that knife and just gently follow along the backbone and out the other side. Get rid of that. Spiky dorsal fin. Break it into 3. Easy disposal. Now, to fillet, this is where I use my fork. Now, we still have the rib bones in here, and there's not much meat down here, to be honest. So I don't typically keep it. I put my fork just above or the forward part of the rib cage, and I run my fillet knife just underneath it to about where the belly begins. Now, I don't want to use my knife, my good knife, to cut through that thick skin into your cutting board. You're just going to end up ruining the tip of your knife. Use the shears. Just follow along, and there we go. That's out of the way and ready to be skinned. Someone calling. No idea. Okay, for this side here, same thing. I'm going to run my knife against the ribs. Just follow along. Use the fork to help you to hold the fish still. Then get the fork on the other side, and I'm just going to scoop that out, and that's where I want my fillet to stop. That's done. Now, to get the skin off, again, same thing. I'm using the fork as a technique to keep the fish from sliding around. Get the knife underneath, start it out, then you can use your hands after that. And you're just gonna take the skin right off, get rid of the skin, and we have a nice fillet. Let's do another one. We have a bit of the dorsal there. We can scoop that out with the knife. And again, just use your shears to cut through that skin. Don't worry about, wasting a little bit of time here and there. Remember, years and years and years ago, we didn't have this technology of electrical knives and things like that, so we had to do it by hand. Why not use a couple of household things to help you out? And then just get that skin right off. There you go, a nice fillet. One more time, you're gonna get your knife. For this side here, for the left-handers, I just put my knife just right through the rib cage there. Get the knife started. Sorry, get the fork in there. Then I reverse the fork. Scoop it underneath. Okay, that's where I want it. A little bit of the belly there is okay. That's ready to be skinned. And one more. I like this side, it's easy. It always seems to be the best one. Scoop it out. Now that, get the fish turned over. Get your fork in there. Start it. Then get your fingers on that skin and just run it along. You have a little bit of the dorsal there. You trim that up. Out of the way. Nice fillet again. And the last one. Okay, that's done. Out of the way. There you go, folks. Left-handed fillet method for those who are left-handed and want to try something different. That's how it works, and give it a try. Let me know how it works for you, especially the right-handers. Let me know if that works out for you too as well. All right, folks. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.